So a few people have asked me to come back to the Coolidge Medal of Honor Heritage Center, the National Medal of Honor Heritage Center. And they wanted to ask a few more specific details. Now, one, the main room that you come into at the front that is right by the elevator or the stairs, depending on if you come up or come down. These are touch screen, and then this is touch screen. Now, this is a giant touch screen, and as you see, it will let you spin things. So if you want to get into the Civil War, you tap on the Civil War, and then you can find the different spaces. Oh, no, it'll be Chattanooga. So, and this actually shows the guys from the Civil War that received that. So, yeah, this is probably the biggest touchscreen I've ever seen. So there's one. So let's go on through and go to take a look at something else that somebody had asked about. Question number 2 is, yes, I will be doing the Great Locomotive Chase at one point. It is a project for the future, as in it's going to take me a lot of work to film multiple locations. So stay tuned, I will have that going at some point in the future. The third question is, I kind of hurried through the first time. Somebody wanted a much closer look at Mary Walker. So you can see that this is focusing on this. You can pause it and read it. It's a lot easier to read in person. She's got some interesting history for sure. She actually took care of guys during the Civil War when women really weren't allowed to be doctors. So it's really interesting to see this. And yes, there is a lot more information. And yes, she did focus on Chattanooga. And as we work our way through stuff, yes, that box is actual equipment that would have been used in the day. So you can see that doctors' tools were much more brutal. Another question was, somebody wanted a little bit more focus on this trench and the Hindenburg Line, talking about the Great War. So I was able, with a smaller camera, to show you that it's not great, but it works a lot better. And somebody also wanted to look down the barrel of the gun to see kind of what it looked like. So here you are. It still would have been a pretty rough thing to have participated in that back in the day. Another question is that somebody wanted to know where the video came from that's up in the parachute. By the way, this is a pretty cool way to show this. This video was filmed at the 75th anniversary of Normandy. So you had period accurate guys jumping in and showing people how it was done back in the day. They wouldn't have had this filmed when people were dropping over Germany and whatnot, because there wouldn't have been anybody on the ground yet. Anyway, all in all, it's still a pretty amazing feat to see. Another one that people wanted to see was a much closer look at this particular little display, and a closer look at the mannequin. So you can see that it's pretty detailed, and the surrounding forest looks pretty darn cool. Someone else also wanted to take a closer look at the 1960s and 70s living room, and a closer look at the furniture, as well as a closer look at the photos. Now, apologies for the reflections. Some of the displays are just make it hard to be able to look at these and see how things going on. But these are some pretty neat photos from the past. And I love how that they've dressed this particular room up like you would have seen in a living room back in the day. And then the other cool thing is to show these old televisions, which some of these displays actually are the real displays. So you can see some of these video clips and news clips and whatnot from the Vietnam era. And it's really cool to see things. And yeah, that one definitely is an original. You can see the phosphor marks on that one. But it still has taken a licking and kept on ticking. And again, if you want to see more details, you really ought to come and check this place out. There is so much more stuff to see than you can really show in this particular video, or my other video for that matter. There's just so much to see, and it's very hard to keep up with stuff. And at the end of the museum, there's always this temporary exhibit. This particular one ended up being focused on World War II. So there are some other items that unfortunately I was not able to film because YouTube would not like to see that. But it shows a lot of interesting photos and a lot of interesting info focused on the World War II era. And like I said, they keep going through this every now and then, and we'll change it out to different things. It's really interesting to see the different exhibits that they do. Look at that old radio. And then they always have a couple of cases over here. And there you can see Charles Coolidge. Those are always pretty impressive photos, seeing all of these great heroes that really went above and beyond. And then if anybody knows all these medals, they can see. So anyway, I am off to go on some more journeys. Until then, why don't you go on a journey of your own? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.